I don't drink soda.
All the lights are on, all the things are on, all the AI is booted up.
It's all
Free candy.
juiced up.
All right.
Free Candy's actually not with us this week.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Really?
No, he's not here via satellite. He's not
What's
here
going on?
in
Why
any
is
capacity.
Why isn't he here?
I don't know. I didn't get the details. Jerry just told me.
Oh, shit. Do you know why he's not here, Jerry? But he's okay?
I mean, I hope. I don't know. I don't keep tabs on the guy. He's his own man.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, Free Candy is with us in spirit.
Free Candy, sound off. Leave a time code and let us know why you didn't make it this week.
Mm-hmm. So let's fire it up.
3, 2, 2, 1.
Yo, thank you for tuning into the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
What up? What up?
Awesome Ty is with me as always.
Trying something new.
We're also joined by Satchmo. Satchmo, how you
this
doing,
is Satchmo, the puppet.
Okay. Happy to have you here as always. We want you to be more a part of the show, so we're going to bring you up sooner. Satchmo is a hand puppet. What's your story even? Satchmo, do you have a backstory?
Oh, I'm a sock puppet.
All right, we'll get to it later.
Yeah.
We also have Computer here, the one and only artificially intelligent podcast co-host, as well as Smart Plug, who's hooked up to Starlink. It's like an ever-growing type of, algorithm type thing.
Something to do with Elon Musk, and his personality reflects that a lot.
Did you see the new Tesla RV, the Pebble?
No.
Cool. Thank you everybody for joining us, and we also want to let you, as always, thank us for being here.
You're welcome.
Exciting week.
Has it been exciting for you? I feel like this week's been like dragging and just really.
Well, that was like an ironic statement.
Oh yeah.
Like when you have a big guy, you call him tiny.
So exciting.
Exciting week.
So
right?
exciting
week. Sure, a lot has been going on with you guys. I mean, if there ever was a week, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been a week for sure.
It's been a week. It's been hot here in the big city. We've been getting heat waves, and there's also something that's been going on with the air, where air has been traveling from Canada, British Canada, coming down the pipeline of Pineapple Express into Washington, Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon, Denver, Colorado.
All these places.
Back to California.
Well, it's like what was happening last year. Like they're once again have these raging out of control wildfires, and all of the smoke is coming down into America and lowering air quality here, which doesn't seem fair at all, right?
No, but this actually isn't the smoke. This is a fragrance. It's a smell, which is not quite maple, but it does have that type of tree juicy twist.
I don't care if it's smoke. I don't care if it's maple scent. I don't care if it's, fresh brewed Tim Hortons. You keep your smells, above the border. Mm-hmm. We don't want your Canadian smells.
Yeah.
We have our own smells here. We have the smell of victory and patriotism and eagles.
Mm-hmm. Smell of eagles. What's the eagle smell like?
Like America.
And then if I say what's America smell like, you say eagle.
No, I say patriotism. You ask me what patriotism smells like, and I'm going to say, Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
And you ask me what Mount Rushmore smells like?
Definitely.
It smells like baseball. You ask me what baseball smells like, I'm going to say America's pastime. You ask me what America's pastime smells like, I'm going to say baseball. You ask me what baseball smells like, I'm going to say leather. You ask me what leather smells like, I'm going to say cow. You ask me what a cow smells like, I'm going to say the Wild West. Okay. It's, you see where I'm going, right?
Like, back to eagle? Eventually
it goes back to eagle. Okay, yeah, everything goes back to the eagle.
That's what I was waiting
national
for.
Bird.
I was waiting, but eventually it goes back to eagle. It's just a long line to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So yeah, no smells across the border from Canada.
Keep it up there.
That was something I wanted to bring up. I heard this startling news story, right? Startling news. North Korea
That's the northern Korea.
Wait, back up. Jerry, cut out that part where I said North Korea. China. I didn't get China confused with North Korea. I just forgot the point that I wanted to make before. China recently had sent balloons to these United States.
These spy balloons, right?
Spy balloons.
Spy balloons.
That had cameras and recording devices and one of those things that like a private eye uses. That's like a satellite dish.
Yeah.
And it lets you hear things far away. And it hovered around and captured God knows what.
Yeah, we eventually had to shoot it down. Took us too long to do that. But
now, these balloons happened. We found out about it. People didn't really think about it. There was a lot going on that week, I think.
Yeah, and then the topic just kind of disappeared. And I think we touched on it not long ago. Whatever happened with those goddamn spy balloons?
What happened
we don't
with
know.
those balloons? And then we found out when we tried to do that update, there was actually another balloon that was recently found, like, a couple months ago, whenever we did that episode. So now North Korea has balloons of their own.
Spy balloons.
Now, these, as far as I know, are not spy balloons. These are, there's got to be like a clever term for it. Maybe you can help me with that. I was thinking. But what it is they're filling these balloons with their waste. Now, the balloons have air, so they float. But then underneath them, has all of their
Pooloons. Pooloons, dooloons.
Well, what was the first one?
Badooms.
Spy balloons.
Spy balloons.
And then we need something that's like balloons.
Shit balloons.
See?
Waste balloons.
Shy balloons. Sky
Balapoons. Poo
balloons?
Poo balloons.
Poo balloons.
Poo balloons.
All right, yeah. Balloons.
Poo balloons.
All right, Jerry, you can cut all that out. Bring it right back in with this.
Poo balloons.
China had balloons. Everybody freaked out, kinda. Now North Korea has balloons, but they're filling them with poo. They're filling them with waste. They're filling them with rotting food. There's a bunch of pamphlets that are like anti-North Korea for some reason that they're sending over. And these balloons are flying across the border to South Korea and getting dumped in South Korea. There's used needles in there.
Not America, though, right?
Not yet. We don't know how many balloons there are, and some of them could have gone astray. And
when it's between North and South Korea, I feel like it's just a little bit of brotherly, like light hazing. You got Big Brother; he's playing a prank on Little Brother.
And isn't South Korea like the way that the landmass works? They're kind of trapped out on the ocean, and then North Korea is connected to the rest of the land.
Probably.
So you have to go through North Korea to get to the rest of the continent.
Possibly.
Is that right?
I have no idea. My geography is very poor.
Let's find out. So yeah, North Korea. They got damn balloons and they're filled with shit. And we don't know where they're flying them to or what the deal is with that. But if they end up over here.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. And it would be, I feel like, it would be one thing if we were sending ship balloons up into Canada, right? Everybody would take that as, what it was. It's just a funny joke on America's part. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if Canada, God forbid, were to do that to us, like that would be cause for war. Like that would be cause for invasion, cause for bombing. It would be, like we would be pitted against free candy, in acts of warfare, trench warfare potentially. We might have to go up there with a bayonet and and so nobody wants that. So
look, check it out. North Korea is up here on the border of what is this?
Changchung,
Shenyang.
Changchung. That's like an actual thing. I want everybody.
It's gotta be like.
I want the record to reflect that Changchung is an actual place and not just like a racist thing. I said.
Is China? What is this?
I don't know. It's Asia, all right? Asia.
It's Asia.
It's part of the People's Republic of China.
Oh yeah, it's China.
$34 a night for a holiday in there. That's an affordable vacation.
Yeah, that's
you want to
not
go
bad
to
at all.
Changchun? Treat your family to a nice international vacation. You can do it at a price that's not going to break the bank. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So here's China, and then right here on the border of China is North Korea, and then underneath North Korea, kind of trapped down here.
Yeah, they're down
is
there by
South
Japan,
Korea.
though. They have Japan to keep them company.
You got to jump to it though.
They're just a hop, skip, and a jump from Japan.
I don't know. How far is that?
It's
you
a
think?
stone's throw, Mikey.
Yeah? Let's see. Let's drop a pin. Directions
Stone's
from
throw.
here. Directions to here.
3 miles. See?
3 miles. No, it's 3 som dong. Sensodian dong. That's like a whole other unit of measurement.
Okay, well, I'm saying, hypothetically, and then you got that little in-between island that it makes it even, you can use that as a stepstone over there. It's, it's close. They're neighbors.
Okay. So, here we go.
8 hours.
What's the distance, though? I don't want 8 hours. I want the damn distance.
The distance is irrelevant.
So, yeah, I guess they are pretty close to Japan.
Yeah.
But they're getting these ship balloons sent to them.
That sounds like their problem. And, I just don't see how that's any concern of us.
Yeah. There's also something else that I wanted to bring up before we move on, and this is a serious topic.
Yeah.
So longtime listeners of the show are familiar with the Dollar Tree saga.
Yeah.
And the ups and downs that we've had with Dollar Tree. They were at one point friend of the show, then enemy of the show, then sponsor of the show.
I think at some point they were even a frenemy.
A frenemy, yeah.
Sometimes, again, just to outright enemy. At no point would I ever say that they've really been like a full-on friend. There's been times where the relationship is thought out a bit and isn't as frigid. There's times where we've, worked with Dollar Tree, but at no point, has Dollar Tree ever, really given us our flowers and been like, hey, thank you for the countless, promotional tactics that you've used and people you've sent to our shitty stores.
Yeah,
there's been it's been a pretty one-sided relationship as far as we scratch Dollar Tree's back and.
Yeah, worse. I'm itching here. And there's actually footage on one of the episodes of Awesome Ties Running for Mayor of Dollar Tree kicking us out.
Yeah, that's kind of been the treatment we've received from Dollar Tree, by and large, is just...
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
So, recently, Dollar Tree has... where we left off, we were doing a lot of Dollar Tree Present stuff. And then we said, fuck Dollar Tree.
Yeah, we sent them an invoice for all the promotion and, all the costs that we've incurred through buying stuff from them. And we did not receive payment. We still have not received payment. And that kind of, it kind of started like a Cold War almost between us and Dollar Tree. We haven't, gone out of our way to attack Dollar Tree. But again, the relationship is not at a great spot right now.
And then within that, quote unquote war, they raised their prices to $1.25 store wide, and then also up to $4 or $5.
Yeah,
for
now
some items
now they think they're fucking Five Below, where they have just a variety of prices, which kind of kills the whole reason you go to Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? You go to Dollar Tree because everything's going to be that set price.
You go, hey, I need cookies, I need a plunger, I need some dish soap. Then exactly how much money you're going to spend, exactly how much you need. And they kind of fucked that all up for everybody. And we were, have been on some fuck Dollar Tree shit ever since then. Now, Dollar Tree has started doing a massive buyout where they're purchasing a bunch of 99-cent only stores.
Yeah.
Which we have one locally at 99. We have a couple. And those are going to be purchased and converted into Dollar Trees. And within all of this, you know, corporate world that Dollar Tree is, you know, wrapped up in, they reached out to us finally and didn't pay this invoice that we've been sending them.
No,
but
we're still left with our hands out.
They did open a negotiation for them buying the show. Since we have a lot of Dollar Tree content already, a lot of back content.
Yeah, they're looking to, you know, expand their advertising and, you know, enter the world of podcasts. And rather than start from the ground up with a whole new show that people probably aren't gonna, you know, like who's gonna rush to check out the Dollar Tree podcast? They're considering buying out shows that already have a pre-existing listenership and, you know, like a history of being solid shows, which we very much do. And they're gonna, I mean, honestly, I don't know what they're going to do with the show once they buy it. That's really none of my concern.
Yeah, I know that we're not going to be a part of the show anymore if that happens.
I would assume not. No, they're not going to want, like, they're going to want people that are far less offensive.
Yeah.
They're going to want to clean things up for sure. They're going to tidy it all up, and probably Smart Plug will be gone, I would assume.
Yeah.
Definitely you're gone, Free Candy. Satchmo you're probably gone. I mean, it's probably just going to be a clean sweep, get us all out of here. But again, that's really not our concern. Like once we get that money, once we get that Dollar Tree bag, that I assume is going to have many dollars, not just a single dollar.
Yeah, hopefully there's a lot of dollars in there, and it's going to have the money symbol, but it's going to be the logo, the Dollar Tree logo.
That's kind of no longer our problem. So
yeah. So if that does happen, you know, Godspeed. We're not saying that the deal's going to go through. But
we've just barely begun to sit down to the negotiating table. There's going to be a lot of back and forth between our attorney, Natalie Coldwater, and I assume Dollar Tree has a plethora of attorneys, and they're just going to kind of start, you know, pitching deals back and forth. And
Now, I actually found, when the Dollar Tree guys were over here and they were going through everything, I had computer go through one of the guys' briefcase.
Sorry.
Go into the
answer for that.
Computer, shut your fucking mouth.
He went into the briefcase. He went into the file because he can't be charged. He's a
computer.
robot.
You can't jail a computer.
Can't charge him in the court
There's
of
no
law.
computer. I mean, they could shut him down. They could pull his plug. They could smash him.
That's about it.
But I mean,
so he went in the briefcase, he went in the files, and he looked at some of the information that they had on what they were going to turn the show into.
Oh, okay.
And it said that it is going to be a Dollar Tree podcast, and every episode will go through each aisle of the Dollar Tree. So episode 1, aisle 1.
Yeah,
you know, you got kitchenwares. You got spatulas. You have cups. So many cups. Plastic cups. Plates. Maybe a can opener.
Yeah, you've got a whole line of Betty Crocker branded cooking utensils that tend to break very easily.
But they look nice.
They look, for $1.25, they're good to go.
So each episode is going to break down the aisles, and then once they get to the end of the aisle, it'll be, 12 aisles. So 12 weeks, that's 3 months, and then it'll change into the next season. So now you go back to the aisles again, hit the winter aisles, then you hit the spring aisles. Yeah, because
there's lots of seasonal stuff. So, I mean, there's, and plus, they're constantly getting fantastic new products in and out.
A whole flip-flop.
So, I mean, it's not like you go into Dollar Tree and it's just always going to be the same. So there's plenty of room for them to grow with the podcast.
And then I also got this picture of a file about the hosts. So the hosts are not going to be us.
Yeah.
And I found out who your replacement
Oh, they've already got people tabbed for us?
Yeah. So you have a replacement already.
Oh, wow. Who is it?
Replacing Ty is Trevor Baumgardner.
Trevor Baumgardner.
A.K.A. DJ Treason.
No.
Yeah, DJ Treason. He's wanted by the U.S. government for his crimes against
Are
the
you
state.
sure that they're not? I think that it would make more sense if you were replaced by DJ
That's
Treason.
what I thought. I thought DJ
naturally.
Treason too.
And then like me, it would be, you'd probably get like a Tom Selleck type Now, obviously, Tom Selleck's in his 70s. He's not going to do the podcast.
A young
Tom
Selleck.
Selleck type.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe a cool mustache. That I can't grow that sort of Tom Selleck mustache. So
I would think so too. But this file says that you're DJ Treason's going to be taking your seat.
See, I don't know if I'm okay with that.
It says he's wanted by the U.S. government for crimes against the state. Offenses include riling up the youth, weaponizing public airwaves, driving over the speed limit, and captivating an irrepressible audience.
Isn't that just a local college radio DJ?
It is, yeah, from KCPR. It's a local DJ. And, I mean, this is his bio.
That's the best the Dollar Tree can do for me?
Well...
That's how they view me?
You gotta think this is the Dollar Tree.
I mean, I guess that's like a Dollar Tree version of me in a way, but still,
they're not going to get Kevin Hart to be a part of it.
I mean, but they might get Kevin Costner.
They might get Kevin Costner. Do you want Kevin Costner to be?
Oh, instead of DJ Treason? Yes, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, DJ Treason can replace me. Kevin Costner can replace you.
Okay, I'm good.
We can put that in the contract.
Yeah, that's good. I'll tune in for that.
Okay, cool. So, you know, if that does happen, then...
I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I mean, obviously, first and foremost, because I want to get paid.
Yeah.
I want that money. But also, you know, I'm curious the spin that Kevin Costner would put on my role.
Yeah. See how he would play it.
Yeah.
What's going on over here?
I'm not sure. Could this potentially be Dollar Tree interference?
Is it a ghost, you think? Do you think a ghost has something to do with this?
I can't say for sure, but yes.
So you can't see this; it's off camera. But
we've got some flickering on our monitor here.
Yeah, there's a flickering happening, and
this is how we
terrifying.
see you guys.
I'm fucking terrified.
You know,
right
we
now.
have like a monitor that's out of camera's view. That this is how we look at you.
We look at you. Yeah,
and it's flickering.
We could see every single one of you on here. It's like a bunch of little boxes, and we can go and zoom in and click on them and make them big and do the whole thing. So. This is flickering at us. It's maybe seizure-inducing, do you think?
I mean, this could be like a sign from the gods above that it is time for us to, you know, get out of here as quickly as possible. Because Dollar Tree finds out we're having these technical issues, they could walk away.
Fuck, you're right. They could.
So let's just cut all of everything we said about this.
Yeah. We'll act like it didn't happen, and I'll do this.
There we go. No, I'm still doing it.
I don't know what's happening, but it could be a ghost, and hopefully if they do get the podcast, they take the ghost too.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine and dandy. Like sour candy.
I do have breaking news. Also, this article that I saw when I was looking up... What was I looking up?
Something about Asian geography?
Yeah, when I was looking up where South Korea was, I saw this headline: California man with signature hat saves local wildfire, sparks universal debate. In a small town in Clayton, California, 37-year-old Max Richards, had become a local hero, not just for his dedication to wildfire conservation, but also for his unique fashion sense. Richards, known for always wearing a hat, a habit he'd maintained since he was a child, recently made headlines for an extraordinary act of bravery. Last Saturday, Richards was hiking through Mount Diablo State Park, where he stumbled upon an injured golden eagle. Without hesitation, he fashioned a makeshift splint for the bird's wing using sticks and a scarf and carefully carried the eagle to a nearby wildlife rehab center.
Hell yeah.
His quick thinking and compassion were lauded by the community, with the local news dubbing him the Hat Hero. Yeah. But Richard's story doesn't end there. As more people learned about his love for hats, some started to question the origins of his ever-present headgear. Intrigued by the mystery, a local reporter interviewed Richards, asking about the significance of his hat collection, which he always seemed to swap daily. Richard explained that each hat represented a memory or a milestone in his life. However, things took an unusual turn when Richards casually mentioned that one of his hats had been gifted to him by an elderly man he met during a trip to Scotland. According to Richards, the man claimed to be a descendant of a long line of wizards, and he said the hat possessed magical properties. Richards laughed off the claim at the time, but strange coincidences followed him ever since. For example, Richards recalled a moment when he wore the wizard hat to a job interview. He felt unprepared for it, and inexplicably the interviewer offered him the job on the spot, despite his nervous fumbling. Another time, while wearing the same hat, he narrowly escaped a car accident, as if by some unseen force. As Richards continued to share these stories, his neighbors began to look at his hats with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Some claimed to have witnessed odd occurrences when they were around Richards, such as streetlights flickering or unusual weather changes. This prompted a small but fervent group of believers to form, dubbing themselves the Hat Watchers, dedicated to uncovering the truth behind Richards' hats. So you get it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a cool news story, right?
Yeah.
Probably like in the weird news section.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You never know with us hats, you know. I mean, we both from time to time wear a hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's that.
Yeah. So I think that we made it into the perfect time to where we can talk about whatever we want now.
Okay, sick.
So I want to talk about
Palestine.
Yeah, about Palestine. I want to talk about
it's gone too far.
Swifties for Palestine. Hashtag Swifties for Palestine. And this is something that is trending currently as we record this, and is gaining a lot of traction with the mainstream media. And it is a bunch of Swifties, which are Taylor Swift stans.
Are you sure that they're not talking about Swift boat veterans from the Vietnam War?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody's talking about
because
that.
I've been wanting to say that it's time to end the Vietnam War. There's been too much, it's like a genocide over there. And
the way,
like it's time that like we withdraw our troops.
No, the Vietnam War's over. It's been over.
It's going on right now.
No, it's over.
No, like then what else is like? Yeah, like there's a genocide going on. People are. I mean, like Israel's they're doing a bunch of killing.
Yeah,
you've got, Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Palestinians.
Yeah,
and you've got the Al Qaeda.
No,
and you've got the North and South Vietnamese.
No. So
Vietnam it's like a multi-pronged.
No.
It's complicated. It's complicated. This is a geopolitical nightmare. Okay?
It is complicated, but I am almost positive that Vietnam is not involved in this war in the Palestine.
And that's exactly they're not, and that's why it's time to end it. Enough is enough. Like they're like the Vietnamese are no longer involved. I don't think America should be involved, and it's time we get Vietnam. It's time we get Palestine and Israel out of the Vietnam War, and it's time we just end this. I mean, it's been going along since what, like the 60s?
Yep.
Too long. So, maybe these Swift boat veterans are right. It is time to end the conflict.
Well, I don't think that the Swifties are mentioning Vietnam either.
No, the Swift boat veterans. They're people that already served over there on a Swift boat.
Swift boat veterans.
Yeah, computer.
That's what you're saying.
Computer. What is a Swift boat veteran? God damn it, computer!
Right?
As a person who served on a Swift boat in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
These boats were known for their speed and versatility.
Swifties.
They were used for a variety of tasks, including riverine patrols and fire support. Swift boat veterans are a community of veterans who share a unique experience and bond over their service on these boats.
Yeah, and they're for Palestine.
Okay, no. So I think that you're confused. I think that's what's happening.
I don't know. I mean, like, it seems more logical to me that Swift boat veterans are the ones opposing a military conflict than Taylor Swift fans. Like, Taylor Swift fans, notoriously, they're like teenage girls over in America. Or they have nothing to do with the Vietnam War.
Yeah. I think most of the Taylor Swift fans are 8-year-old girls.
Yeah. So I mean, like they know nothing about the politics of the world. Whereas Swift boat veterans, they've been in the muck, like literally in the muck, and have returned home, and now they want to end the conflict in Vietnam and Israel.
No, that's not it either. It is actual. Wait, what the? It's not letting me turn the TV off now. It keeps turning itself back on.
It's going haywire.
We're fucking haunted. Don't tell Dollar Tree about this.
Swear to God.
So this is Taylor Swift fans, a group of Taylor Swift fans on X, and I don't know where else. Maybe just there.
I mean, I'm assuming if they are Swift boat veterans, I'm
TikTok.
picturing like a lot of not TikTok. They're gonna be in like veterans halls and legions and
no
senior centers.
No, they're not Swift boat. No, they're not Swift boat veterans. These are Taylor Swift fans. Now, I agree that Swift boat veterans probably have a stance on Israel versus Palestine, but this isn't them. This is Taylor Swift fans.
All right. Well, potatoes. I say potatoes. You say potatoes.
I'm sure there is some sort of overlap there somewhere, but the Taylor Swift fans are the ones that are using the hashtags on social media.
I think you got it backwards, but we'll just, for all intents and purposes, we'll just, it really doesn't matter too much for the conversation.
Okay.
Whether it's Swift boat veterans or 10-year-old Taylor Swift fans.
So the Swifties could refer to either one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So the Swifties, they're upset not about the war in Israel and Palestine.
In Vietnam.
Or Vietnam. They're not upset about the war. They know their side. They picked their side.
Yeah.
They've been upset. It's over.
I mean, a lot of them, they literally served on
they
a
served
Swift
on
boat.
their side. Yeah.
Or in the Taylor Swift fan club, I guess, for argument's sake.
And so that's actually a Swift boat in the Taylor Swift group would probably be when you're watching Taylor Swift perform at an arena and you're down in the pit and you're 8 years old and there's a sea of people trying to touch Taylor Swift and they're smashing you up against the guardrail and it's your first time experiencing like a hardcore mob riot concert. Way too young and innocent and just going there for like some nice Taylor Swift songs and then all of a sudden you're just getting shoved around by some fat lady in a Tay-Tay shirt. So whether it's that or a Swift boat, it's you're going to war,
Yeah. It's a war no matter what.
It's a war out here.
Yeah.
And they picked their side. They served for their country and for their group. And what they're upset about is that Taylor Swift hasn't expressed her opinion on Israel versus Palestine.
Well, yeah, and a lot of them also, the Swift boat veterans, I mean, like, I'm sure they're familiar with who Taylor Swift is, but a lot of them are really upset with John Kerry. Remember former presidential candidate John Kerry? He claimed to be a Swift boat veteran, but these Swift boat veterans are coming forward and saying, no, you weren't on a Swift boat. There's no record of that.
No way.
There's no record of that. Like you had a cushy position because you were from a rich political family and you weren't in the trenches or on the Swift boats. You weren't in the muck.
Damn.
And they called him out
being in the muck.
And that's how he lost the election to George Bush.
Okay. So yeah, you got Taylor Swift, you got John Kerry. Neither of them have an opinion on what's going on.
No.
So they're going to shows, going to public appearances. They're holding signs. They're yelling. They're saying Swifties for Palestine. And not only do they want Taylor Swift to publicly announce her side, but they want it to be for Palestine. They're like, obviously, it's for Palestine. So say that you like Palestine, and then we can move on. But until then, we're not going to listen to the Poets Society or whatever.
I think that's a reasonable thing. But then you've got on the other side of the coin, you've got, should Taylor Swift say, hey, I'm for Palestine, you're going to be like, people being like, wait a minute. that means you're for Hamas. You're good with Hamas
You're good with
beheading and
Hamas.
kidnapping all the
And you're
Israelis.
anti-Israel.
That's anti-Semitic. And then she's going to be
Anti-Semitic.
tossed in that Kanye boat,
Mhm.
you know, like where she's considered an anti-Semite. And I mean,
her and Kanye have always
they don't
been connected.
mix. No, like they don't mix well. They don't like each other notoriously. So it's just a real conundrum here with Kanye and Taylor Swift and John Kerry kind of in this three-way Mexican standoff. Is that what you?
Yeah.
Nah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mexican standoff.
Do you remember Ross Creations?
No.
You know who that is? It's like a YouTuber from Florida. And he has adult braces
No.
for a lot of his YouTube career.
No.
Okay. Well, either way, Taylor Swift has not made a public statement. People are pissed.
Yeah.
So this is just now starting to gain a lot of traction. And we wanted to, we haven't talked about this a lot. Obviously, this is a comedy show. Nobody gives a fuck what we think about, political events. But we wanted to take a stance, not personally for you and me, but just like as a whole, the show network, which is owned by Jerry.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and say we're pro-Israel here. We're pro-Israel. It's unfortunate that the Palestinians have put themselves in a position of supporting Hamas, and now they're facing the repercussions of retaliation against Hamas. But I mean, like, really, at the end of the day, who's the monster there? It's Hamas. It's Hamas. So
Hamonster. It sounds like Hamonster.
Hamonster, yes.
But I have to say that I was leaning more towards planning to agree with Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like that even better. That takes the pressure off us.
Yeah, because it seems like she is being pressured to go with Palestine.
Yeah, we don't need to be pressured. I mean,
yeah, we don't need to be pressured. If we just say we agree with Taylor Swift, obviously,
Taylor
she's
Swift
going to have the best minds thinking about it right now.
She's already given her opinion on her relationships that she's been in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of time before she takes that expertise and applies it to the situation over in Vietnam and wherever.
As soon as this started happening, Swifties for Palestine, she got the world's best minds together. It was like an Ocean's 11 of minds.
Brilliant geopolitical experts.
And they were like, what is she going to say? So she's going to have the best answer that you could possibly have.
Yeah,
for
like
that question.
when they when she was on football too much because she's dating the guy from the Chiefs, and like they knew that she was going to get grilled on that about people complaining, so they got like a team of dozens probably of writers to write out the most sick comeback ever. And she delivered it, and it was major news for weeks.
What was it? Do you remember what it was?
Oh, of course I do.
What was it?
She's like, I'm just there to support Travis. I'm not worried about what a bunch of dads, Brads, and Chads think.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, dads, Brads, and Chads.
No way. Yep. See? So I think that whatever she says to this Israel-Palestine
it's gonna
thing,
be it's gonna be on the par with dads, Brads, and Chads for sure.
So, wait. Should that just be our stance?
We don't care what dads, Brads, and Chads.
When it comes to Israel versus Palestine,
we don't care what a bunch of dads, Brads, and Chads think.
We don't.
Yeah, that works. It really does.
Stance.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. There it is. Stance. That was tough, man. It's like for the past couple months,
I'm
been
glad.
looming.
I'm glad that we kind of got that. We kind of it's like hot potato. When the hot potato comes to you, you catch it real quick, but then you deflect it onto somebody else.
Yeah,
and now it's their problem.
And we also do reserve the right to change that to Taylor Swift's answer whenever she answers.
Yes.
If hers is better than that.
Or John Kerry's, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards Taylor over John Kerry at this point. At this stage in the game, yeah.
Computer, what does John Kerry think about Israel versus Palestine?
I don't have an answer for that.
Computer, did John Kerry serve on a Swift boat?
From Wikipedia.org. Senator and Secretary of State John Kerry commanded a swift boat when he served in Vietnam.
Bullshit! Stop! That's a lie, computer.
Damn. They just said that
Wikipedia, according to Wikipedia.
he commanded a
But
swift boat.
like the swift boat veterans that were there, they never saw him, not once.
Oh, and not only was he on a swift boat, he commanded the swift boat. He was in charge. He said, yeah, I was there and I was in charge. And they said, we've never seen you.
Yeah, apparently just coincidentally, everybody else that was on that swift boat tragically died, and he's the only survivor left to recant that tale.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why we need to end the Vietnam War.
Yeah, I think we do. I agree with you.
It's time.
So you've kind of developed a new passion that you're paying $5.99 a week for, I think it is.
What are you talking about?
And this is the creation of AI songs.
I don't think I know anything about that. You
No.
talking about Chat GPT?
Well, you had sent me a link to one, and what you don't know is that if I downloaded the same app, then all of the things that you make are public, and I could hear all the songs that you've been creating.
I haven't. No.
With this AI. Yeah, I'll show you. With this AI
I think
music generator.
you know, again, I think you've got it's like when you thought that Swifties were Taylor Swift fans and not Swift boat veterans. You've just gotten your facts mixed up, is all.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, because honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see. Does this ring a bell?
Podcast. We'll beat the shit out of your podcast. Natural Habitat Podcast.
I mean, it's a good song. Got like a little pop punk vibe. Maybe a slight British accent. Class. What's that? Podcast. It's catchy.
Podcast.
Podcast.
So you didn't make that?
Podcast.
Because it's a profile that
doesn't sound like
that
me.
has your name.
I mean, like
and it has your picture.
I mean, like
and it has songs about a podcast.
I love to boast as much as anybody, but that is not like I don't have that good of a singing voice.
Well, no, it's
Natural Habitat Podcast.
It's made by AI.
We'll beat the shit out of all the other podcasts. That's how it would sound if I made it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel maybe I'll look into this some more.
Yeah.
And I'll send you the link so that you can see.
Yeah. Send me the links. Link me up here. I'm curious to what you're talking about because honestly, I don't know. I mean, like it sounds like cool, I guess, but it's not something that I have, you know, any association with or can recall having done.
Okay. You know what's been happening recently in the edit of the show?
What's that?
Every time. So you know how like are you familiar with video footage?
Yeah.
So you know how when you record something long form on a camera, it'll kind of break it up into chunks, into little 2 gigabyte chunks instead of one continuous video.
Maybe. I mean, like that's probably like a thing, at least on some cameras.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is on this camera.
Gotcha.
And it breaks it up into chunks, and then you just kind of got to slide all the chunks into your editor, and then
pop them together.
Group them together, right? Well, something about the space in between the chunks, it's like not quite. It's off a little bit. So there's like a little something.
Tick, just a little, like a frame missing.
But the audio is not missing that frame.
So you just connect it by the audio.
It throws off the audio every time.
You connect it by the audio then.
What do you mean?
You line up the audio instead of the footage.
Yeah. But you have to go through after each one, trim it, slide it over.
Oh, yeah, right.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
And like manually. There should be an AI soon that could do all that, right?
I would think so.
Isn't there a thing already?
I would think so, probably.
Yeah. Fuck, AI with audio and video editing.
Yeah. It's coming. If it's
Yeah.
not, I mean, like
It's got to be a thing already.
yeah, like
'Cause
some of
you
these
can-
phone apps like are already like doing shit that like
I mean,
it's a complete pain
yeah.
in the ass to have to do in like like Adobe or DaVinci or Final Cut. They're
Yeah.
pretty much making video editing just like advanced video editing something.
But
that
they're not showing you those steps. They're kind of just doing them.
they're doing them for
Whereas,
you. Yeah,
whereas if you could have a full editor with all the things, and then you could be like, make this video look like this
Yeah.
image.
pretty soon I feel like we're gonna have that to where like you could just like
and you could
verbally
watch it go through the
verbally give
steps.
instructions to
Yeah.
the program and just be like, do this, and then I mean, no, to make adjustments, be like, no, you fucked it up. I want it like this.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Remove the background noise in this
Yeah,
clip.
just whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
But already with AI, with like making pictures, it is hours and hours of editing that you would have to do is just done instantly in 25 seconds. It's done. But one thing that I've noticed is that AI and the advent of AI image processing killed the meme, or killed the Photoshop, not the meme. So Photoshop was like a big thing. And if something was Photoshopped and looked real, it was crazy, and everybody would share it around and laugh at it. And the realer it looked, the more time they spent on it, so the cooler it was. And now you could just make a Photoshopped image easy.
Well, yeah, that's basically everything the AI is doing. They're taking the value, be it like a monetary value or just the value of appreciation we place on something, and taking it down.
And it's
like
gone.
like say I had made these AI songs, which I didn't do. Like there's a time when if I came to you with like a bunch of funny, like a pop punk song about our podcast that sounded all nice like that, which I didn't do. But you would be like, oh wow, you made this? This is amazing. Like you took the time to go to a studio and get professional mixing done, all this, you hired out studio musicians, like you really went above and beyond, and like I appreciate this song. Like you would probably be like, hey, like check out this song, like with some enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's just like it's like whatever.
Yeah, you typed in 2 sentences and then it came out.
Yeah, which I didn't do, but I'm just saying, like, had I done that, like it would.
Yeah, had you done that. But yeah, it really is killing that whole that whole feeling. And like back in the day, if I would have gotten a Photoshop picture, this is what my reaction would have been, right? Phone goes off.
Oh, son.
Yep.
That?
Just like
that.
And then I would have been like, oh, look at this. Oh, whoa, that's crazy, right? And then now, if I see a Photoshop picture, I would just be like, man, AI is getting nuts. And that's it. It's over.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even said that. I would have just probably
Like, yeah, AI.
What else? Next.
What's that?
What's the
AI?
next?
Next, yeah. Imagine you're flipping through your reels, you just see a picture
I'd be pissed.
of like a human head on a parrot.
Yeah, I'd be like, what is this? This isn't like a funny meme video.
Mm-hmm. So that's been totally killed. A lot of things are probably going to be killed by AI.
Yeah, AI fucking sucks, dude.
It's fucking crazy. Like, if
fucking
you think about it,
stupid.
if you think about how fast this shit's happening,
Yeah.
it's wild.
Yeah.
It's like some Black Mirror shit that we're watching unfold.
Yep.
And it's little things
So
like that.
many people are going to be put out of business. Like, just to think that, like, just a couple of years ago, like, I thought that I was going to be able to make a career out of being, like, a videographer and editor. And, like, looking at where we're at now, it's like, oh my God. Like, I did not see this coming. And, like, I'm basically, I mean, there's always going to be a demand to an extent, but, like, the degree for which there's going to be a demand for anybody doing anything creative like that is going to be
a lot of
greatly
people
diminished.
a lot of people would rather just pay the $5.99 and create their thing themselves instead of hiring someone to do it.
Yeah, and it's going to probably sound and look better.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean,
And they used to say no matter how good AI gets, it's not good enough to replace like the actual human touch and a person working on this. But now it is. When they said that, I agreed with it. But 6 months later, it's better.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
And it's not going to get any worse, at least.
And these little things, like the pride that you get from making something, is all these little things are being taken, and we're not really paying attention to that part.
No.
Because we still have the things that we think are important, which is like control. But AI, there was something that I was like working my way to this point, and then, but it's here and it's crazy.
Strange, uncertain times, man.
Uncertain times.
Uncertain times.
Did you hear about the Rabbit R1?
Yeah.
How it started going out to people?
Yeah.
Well, it actually hasn't shipped, but it went out to a bunch of tech reviewers, and it doesn't do anything.
No, I mean, nobody thought, I mean, like, that was kind of been evident from the very first time they, like, announced it. It was people being like, well, what is the purpose of this? What does it do? Does it do anything my phone can't? Which it doesn't. I mean,
No.
it does way less than my phone.
It was supposed to do, like, a chain of actions.
That's just ridiculous tech speak. Like, they've been saying, oh yeah, chain of, like what? Like, what is it supposed to do? What is it supposed to do, Mikey?
I watched the CoffeeZilla.
What is it supposed to do?
I watched the CoffeeZilla video.
What is it supposed to do, Mikey?
I'm going to tell you. I watched the CoffeeZilla video about it, and when CoffeeZilla makes a video about you, it's not good. It's always bad stuff.
Yeah, he's a notoriously negative Nancy.
Mm-hmm. And he made this video about the rabbit, and this company that made it used to be a crypto company, and they made NFTs, and were trying to make their own crypto coin.
Just more pointless tech bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And they raised a bunch of money for their project, for Gamma, and then ended up turning into Rabbit R1, using that money to fund Rabbit.
Of course.
And this thing was supposed to do like chains of things on your phone without you having to pull your phone out. So you could be like, you could point the camera at like a meal, and you could be, get me the ingredients to make this. It'll find all the things, add them to your cart on like your preferred shopper
let me just
app.
grab this device, which is the same size as my phone, and use it in place of my phone.
No, but
now I carry two devices. Can you make a phone call on it? Can you call up your buddy or FaceTime your buddy?
Yeah. And what you do is you just point it and then say, get me the stuff to make this. It automatically finds the ingredients, figures out what meal it is, finds a recipe, gets the items, puts them in your cart, puts them on Instacart, and then it says, this is your total. Do you want to check out?
Is there anything that it can do that my iPhone
But it's the steps. It's the chain. That was their whole thing, was that it'll do multiple things where you don't have to Google a recipe and then go and add everything to your cart manually.
I mean, like maybe that would be useful for like until the next iOS update, when they take all of that and give it in my iPhone, and my iPhone can do that now.
I think you can if you program a shortcut, then you can do it.
I'm sure you could.
Yeah. So
fuck Rabbit R1.
So this thing really wasn't AI like they were claiming it was. It was just a command prompt link.
More like gay eye.
Gay eye. So it was pretending to be AI, and it was really just a code where, you know how you could set up a shortcut to where it'll just do like taps on your screen?
Yeah.
And then whenever you hit it, it'll just do the taps. That's all they were doing? So that's all it did. It would just tap, click, tap, scroll, tap. So as soon as they redesigned the interface of the app, then it wouldn't work because the button was a different place. So when it went to tap, nothing happened. Yeah. And
it's like a bot.
Every time that people tried to use DoorDash, sorry, DoorDash is down. Sorry, Uber's down. Google Maps is down. Nothing worked at all.
Yeah. Worthless piece of tech.
Yeah.
AI already obsolete. I feel like embarrassed that we've given the Rabbit R1 this much promo on our podcast.
This is the second episode we talked about it.
Yeah. And still has yet to prove it worthy of even the slightest
And we
bit.
Never got one. We're a tech YouTube.
Yeah, seriously.
How come we didn't get
one?
You
send us one, like my tone might just change miraculously, and all of a sudden I have nice things to say about it. So we'll go ahead and slide into the DMs with for our address and send us an R1. And
Yeah. And then lastly, before we get out of here, olive, onion. Olive,
onion.
onion. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Natural Habitat Recordings.